The 2024 Formula One season is about to begin. A lot of drama happened in the off-season. Teams changed, and testing has just been completed. Testing times are not representative, but we can already draw some conclusions. Let's get you up to speed and ready for a new season of Formula One. Let's start with all the drama because a lot has happened, and you might have missed a thing or two. We lost the star of Haas, Günther Steiner. Founded in 2014 by Gene Haas and starting to compete in Formula One in 2016 under Steiner's leadership, the team is now entering its first season without the team boss. Steiner wanted to invest more in the team so they can grow. Unfortunately, Gene Haas doesn't want this and thinks they can still achieve more with the current partnership they have with Ferrari and Dallara. The team is profitable, but always at the end of the grid. Luckily, we won't miss Steiner, as he was recently confirmed as an analyst for the German television station RTL. He already said he is going to show who he really is, and we know he can have some remarkable quotes. He is going to work alongside Ralf Schumacher, the uncle of Mick Schumacher, which can give us some nice television in 2024. Lewis Hamilton starts his last season with Mercedes F1, the team he was part of since 2013. In 2025, he is going to Ferrari and start a new chapter in his long F1 career. Is he going to win his 8th World Championship in his last season with Mercedes, or is he going to chase it at Ferrari? And what's next for Carlos Sainz, who is without a driving seat once again? The news of his departure to Ferrari, released before the season starts, was unexpected and could significantly impact the 2024 season. The 2024 car is developed around the feedback of Hamilton and Russell, but the development during the season would be more around George Russell than Hamilton. This can give some friction in a team that is already struggling to come back to the top. Christian Horner is under investigation due to allegations made by a female Red Bull Racing employee. They are investigating inappropriate behavior of the longest-serving team boss in F1. This is a bomb under the best-performing team since the new regulations in 2022. A lot of media and fellow team bosses are commenting on this matter, and it is not something you want as a brand of a sports team that is at the start of a long racing season. Will this impact the performance of Red Bull Racing? And when will we know what happened? And what's next for Horner? Liberty Media rejected the bid of Andretti Motorsport to join Formula One. They've said they don't bring enough to the table, and that's the main reason they are rejected. Andretti is a household name in motorsport with teams in several racing series. Mario Andretti himself is a Formula One world champion, and his son Michael Andretti also raced in F1. With 2 former F1 drivers and such a well-known name in motorsport, they are of value, if you ask me. Liberty Media also made the headlines with the replacement of Barcelona for Madrid in 2026 as the Spanish Grand Prix. This will be another street circuit that fuels the commercial interest of the owners of F1 instead of racing. Formula One cars are made for the circuit, not for street circuits, and a lot of fans are upset with this. Next up are the team changes. All the drivers that were at the end of the 2023 season are also in the 2024 season. This means we will see Daniel Ricciardo again, and also Logan Sargent, the driver with arguably the worst 2023 season. Daniel Ricciardo is no longer with AlphaTauri, as the team has been renamed to the controversial Visa Cash App RB Formula One team. The name does not seem fitting for Formula One, which is centered on competitive driving. The team name change has one upside. The livery looks like Toro Rosso from back in the day. Then we have the other new team name, Stake F1 Team Kick Sauber, which will be Stake F1 Team for most of the time. This is also a name that is more commercial than racing-focused. The real question is, will they be able to keep this name? The team is under investigation because Stake is an online casino, which is forbidden in Switzerland, and the team is based in Switzerland. At some Grand Prix, they can't even use the name because of the gambling regulations. They will be named Kick F1 Team then. You only have to remember the colors to recognize the team of Valtteri Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou, neon green. Up next is testing. The teams just completed the 2024 season testing in Bahrain, 1 week before we hear the famous words,
"And it's lights out and away we go!"
Testing times don't really matter because the teams use different fuel loads, setups, and tires. All of them will not show everything they can extract from the car, but testing is a good indicator of what's going to happen and a first look at the performance of every team and their struggles. Let's start with one thing that might even be obvious. Max Verstappen and Red Bull Racing are going to dominate again. Verstappen stating that the car does what he wants is something that will make a lot of teams and drivers scared. As Fernando Alonso said, 19 drivers already know they are not going to win a race in 2024. But I do think it will be a lot closer this year. The Red Bull RB20 looks very different, but is again really fast. Data shows that the car is again excellent on the tires. The team didn't show everything. They didn't even use the softest compound because they focused on setups and race pace. Ferrari regained trust, and the drivers are quite excited. They say it's night and day in comparison with the 2023 season. As we know, their one-lap pace is fantastic, and it seems that this is also the case for the 2024 season. Tire degradation was one of the biggest challenges of the 2023 season for Ferrari. It looks like they have improved, but they are not on Red Bull levels yet. The car looks more stable, and they also have a better top speed. We don't know what the engine mode was, but they will be stronger than last year if you ask me. Mercedes is hard to understand. They had a different run plan for every day of testing and didn't show their potential at all. It looks like they've focused a lot on race pace, setups, and understanding the car. Lewis Hamilton said it's clearly a step forward, which is great news for the Mercedes F1 team. They definitely didn't run the highest engine mode, but the data shows they are quite good on the tires. This means the degradation is low and can indicate that they are around Ferrari in terms of race pace and competitiveness. And the other teams, I think that Alpine is up for a hell of a season. And not in a good way. The car shows high degradation, isn't fast on the straights, and it seems like they don't have a lot of grip. Pierre Gasly also said they will have a hard first race of the season. For position 4, behind Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes, I think it's going to be a fight between McLaren, Aston Martin, and Racing Bulls. McLaren didn't have a good testing with a lot of problems, but I think they will be the number 4 team on the grid. Aston Martin isn't that clear, but I do think they are closer to McLaren than Racing Bulls. Racing Bulls started strong on day 1 of testing, but on the other days they didn't look that good. Even with the car reacting good to driver input, they are somewhere at the back of the top 10 but will be competing for points. Williams definitely improved, but it's hard to tell where they stand. I think they are competing with Alpine, Stake, and at some Grand Prix they will fight with Racing Bulls. They did miss a lot of testing time, which can lead to problems in the first races of the year. Stake didn't show great pace or degradation, but somehow they look quite stable in some runs they did. It's hard to tell where they will be, but I think they will be in the mix with Williams and Alpine and fighting for position 7 to 9. Haas will be the last team on the grid once again. They showed better tire degradation than last year, but I doubt it will be a big improvement. The new team boss himself said he expects the team to be at the end of the grid. What do you think of all the drama, and what are your expectations for the 2024 season? I hope you are ready for the 2024 Formula 1 season. I definitely am. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.